Well, my Arab friends wonder why it's called science fiction. Dune, they say, is religious commentary. The thing that has often been aimed at it is that it's philosophical fiction rather than science fiction. My own view of it is that, okay, we call it science fiction. I have friends I've had friends for years who write science fiction and who object to your saying sci-fi or SF. And I joke with them. I say, when somebody says sci-fi, I say, oh, we say skiffy. But I don't care what they call it, you see. I don't care as long as they can find it on the bookshelf, under that little label on the shelf that says science fiction.
A beginning is a very delicate time. Know then that it is the year 10,191. In this time, the most precious substance in the universe is the spice melange. The spice extends life. The spice exists on only one planet in the entire universe. The planet is Arrakis, also known as Dune.
In creating the characters for Dune, I went to the Messiah story that's so strong in our mythology. But I wasn't going to do the Jesus story. I went to the Arthurian legend, and I was trying to create a mythology that would give people a different view of how we give over our lives to leaders. Not just to messiahs, but to people who pose as our leaders, who make themselves our leaders, or who entice us into following them.
Long live the fighters!
The religious commentary statement in Dune is the one we've discussed earlier, that messiahs should come with a label on the forehead, may be dangerous to your health. I think people are responding to leadership overtures out of a very deep-seated, instinctual process that goes back to our tribal roots. When we were tribesmen and possibly evolved into the wise old men who led the tribe, if we lived long enough. And I think that this is something that just comes with the genes. We're born with it. And it's a very dangerous thing in this day and age, because technology has given us the tools of self-destruction. And if you put those tools in the hands of sick leaders, then we're really in trouble.
Do not show the slightest pity or mercy!
When people come to me and say, and insist that I am a cult leader and that I'm forming a cult, if they carry it on too long, I finally turn on them and I say, all right, we're going to start a cult. And we're going to Guyana next week, and we're going to start Herbert Town, and you can have the Kool-Aid concession. I mean, Jim Jones is a marvelous example of how nasty a sick leader can become and how that sickness can infect the people who follow. The problem with leadership is that leaders are human beings, and when they make mistakes, their mistakes are amplified by the numbers who follow without question. And that's why I say, think for yourself, ask questions.
Spice. Pure, unrefined spice.
He who controls the spice controls the universe.
What does my fan mail tell me about Dune? That people read it many times, over and over again, and seem to get more out of it each successive reading, which was what I intended. That people are thinking for themselves. I have a fan letter I got here